Hello guys. Okay, so I want to make a video on my tips on how to go natural and how to transition successfully. I started going natural about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, and while I give my tips, I'm going to be doing my hair. So if you want to see what products I'm using in this video, go watch my last video and you can see how I do my wash and go, kind of more like detailed. My first tip for transitioning to natural hair is number one, obviously, you probably heard this before, is be patient. Your hair will go through a phase when it's weird, like it's a thing, like it's gonna suck. For me, that was probably the hardest thing just because I wanted my hair to look good right away and I didn't want to have to deal with short hair, and that's why I transitioned. But it's so worth it, so just hang in there because that's the number one thing, is you have to be patient. I think a good way to like deal with not wanting to wait is using protective hairstyles, which I guess is tip number 2, is have a protective hairstyle. If you have like braids or like a wig or a sew-in or something that you know that you would prefer, rather than having your hair just be out and like looking a hot mess, because your hair is gonna look a hot mess at some point when you're transitioning. It's inevitable. Get a protective hairstyle that you like and that you enjoy in order to make that process seem a little bit shorter. I started going natural my freshman year of college, and both semesters I had braids, and that helped. First, it helped my hair grow, but it also helped me be more patient when it came to transitioning. So every time I took out my braids, my hair looked a lot better each time. And if you don't have a protective style in, I'd say put your hair up in a bun and just rock it. Like, who cares? Like, your hair will be weird, but at the end of the day, it'll be worth it. So just be patient. Number 2 would be don't put heat on your hair. And this is obvious, and you're gonna hear this in every transition tip video you watch on YouTube, but it's true. If you put heat on your hair, you're really slowing down the process of your hair to be healthy, and you're just damaging it. If you really want to have straight hair, get a sew-in, get a wig or something. Don't straighten your hair though. I think the last time I ever straightened my hair was New Year's going into 2017. So it's been about a year since I've straightened my hair, and I can honestly tell you that's the number one thing. If you stop putting heat on your hair will transform. Like, my hair is literally transformed, and I think the number one thing is the fact that I stopped putting heat on it. Tip number 3 is another obvious one. It's deep condition. Deep condition at least once a week. I would say twice a week. Deep conditioning your hair is vital, especially when it's not healthy. Go get you some products that are all natural. Get you products that don't have too many weird chemicals in them. I'd suggest like natural lines like Shea Moisture, Carol's Daughter, Cantu, and start deep conditioning your hair once or twice a week, and I promise you that with no heat will transform your hair. Another important tip is to trim your hair. You have to cut off your dead ends at some point, and it sucks. I was one of those people who really held on to my ends for a long time. I probably could have cut off my ends way sooner, but you gotta trim them, because at the end of the day, if you don't trim them, your hair is not gonna look healthy. And it's better to have short, healthy hair than long, damaged looking hair. Once you get a really good trim, your hair can look so different. I personally just went month by month. I did what was comfortable for me. I cut off a little bit each month, basically. So do what's comfortable for you. The longer you hold on to them, the longer your hair is not gonna look healthy. This is making such a mess on my bed, I swear. Tip number 5 is do your research. Figure out what your hair type is, figure out what works for your hair. Go out and buy the products. Curly hair is an investment, and it sucks, but if you invest in the right products and you figure out what products are good, then it'll be so worth it. Like, the right products really are gonna define how your hair looks. Find a good deep conditioner, a good leave-in, a good gel, and a good oil. Those, I think, are like the essentials. Once you get the right products, I promise you, you're gonna feel way more poppin', and your transitioning journey is gonna not feel as long. Tip number 6 is do not tangle your hair when it's dry, because if you do, it's gonna break off really, really, really bad, like bad. So only detangle your hair when it's wet. So I would personally finger detangle your hair when it's wet in the shower, when there's water running through it, or when your hair is like saturated with product. Don't just rush through detangling your hair. If I'm not in the mood to tangle my hair, I won't do it, because it's not gonna be good. You're gonna have a lot of breakage. So yeah, those are my tips for going natural and transitioning. Be patient because you got it, and overall it's so worth it. Thanks for watching.